Hello and welcome back to another video. I hope you are tickety-boo today, and a big welcome to those of you who are new. Today I'm going to be applying these soft gel tips. These are ones that have the different sizes and shapes that you can do, and it has the indent within the tip to show you exactly where you can, where you can cut it down to and how to shape it, so it makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to use these tips today, and I'm going to be putting them on my right hand, so using my left hand. So here I am. I've got a couple of tips that I've already sized up, so I'm just getting the rest of them out here and sizing them up on the rest of my fingers. So while I'm sizing these tips up, I want to talk about my last video only a little bit, because my last video I did on bonfire night and Guy Fawkes, and I asked a question within that video on what people's favourite tipples are, and it just got me thinking really, because obviously we don't all know about each other. I know some people in the nail community know each other, and there's obviously people who subscribe, who ask questions, and we get to know people a little bit. But I just thought, why not bring a bit more of that into it? Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, and I'll find out and I won't do it anymore. So I thought of asking once a week a check-in question. So I'll be asking the question a bit later on in the video, so keep an ear out for that, guys. And if you want to respond, then do so in the comments. Got all my tips sized up now, and I've also put my gloves on, and I've done the cutouts for my nails, because these gloves are a little bit small. I am going to put a peel it base coat on, and this is the Canny peel it base coat that I'm going to use today, because I will be removing these nails after a few days. So as my nails have already been prepped, I go ahead and apply the base coat to all the nails and cure it for 60 seconds in the lamp. So I've done that now and applied all of the tips apart from the middle one, which I'm showing you here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So here's a nail tip glue that I've been using from Temu. I found it really difficult to squeeze it out, so I used one of the clippers that you do when you're doing the laser girl method and you're holding the tips on your fingers. So I rolled the back of it up and then put the clip on it, and that helped me to be able to squeeze it, as you can see me doing here now. I don't know whether that will be helpful for any of you to do it that way in the future. Might just be a little bit of a hack there for you. So go ahead and apply the tip to the middle finger, and then give it a quick zap under the little mini lamp that I've got for a few seconds. Once I've done that, my whole hand then goes in the lamp for 60 seconds to give all the nails a full cure. So here we are with all the tips on, ready for me to cut down to the size that I'm wanting. I decided to go for like more of a square and short as well, which in the end I wish I wouldn't have done, but that's what I did, just because it was on my right hand, and I don't like my nails too long on that hand at the moment until I get a little bit more used to them. So I'm applying this polygel to these nails, and these are the three colours. So there's like a red, a purple, and a more of a lilac-y purple colour. So I decided to go with the darker purple colour first for my thumb, which does colour change. It's a dark purple, and then when my thumb's warm it goes a little bit more of a reddy colour, a pale red. So I couldn't squeeze anything out of this tube at all, so I ended up having to cut the top of it off and then scoop some of it out, and then use the top of it as a kind of a lid to replace it. So that's how I use this. So that's why it's on my little glass top there, and I get a brush and pick it up. So I'll show you now. I'll let you watch how I apply this to my thumb. Please bear in mind that I'm doing it with my left hand, so it is a little bit tricky. I'll just let you watch, but I will speed it up a little bit as well. So once I'd done the thumb, I then cured it for 60 seconds in the lamp. So once that I'd had it 60 seconds in the lamp, I then wiped the residue off it, because you get like a sticky residue on it, and decided to file that thumb. I wanted to do them individually really, especially with doing it left-handed. I did tend to do these nails quite well really, where I was quite chuffed with myself because I didn't need to file that much on any of them, but I did want to do them individually, so I sort of did one nail at a time when it come to the filing and the application as well. I didn't realise either till I come to the editing that a lot of the filing I'd missed being in shot, so apologies about that. I think when I'd sorted out my camera, when I sat down, I'd moved it a little bit further away from myself without realising, because generally that would have been some, me sat in that position, I would be in shot, but so it does happen a little bit throughout this video, so I do apologise about that, everybody. So once I'd done the thumb, I then went ahead and decided to use the same colour on my little finger. So I applied that one. Then I decided to go with the red, which is what I'm showing you now, that I used on my middle finger. And this red had a colour changing again with the heat, temperature changing, changed from a red to a sort of peachy colour. Wasn't that keen on it really, but that's what the colour change ended up being on it. So I'll show you this application of this one on this middle finger now. So I completed the middle finger and then went in and give it a zap for 60 seconds. I hadn't showed the filing again, I were out of shot on it, so once again I am sorry about that. So here now I'm going in, putting the base coat on my ring finger, and I then give that a zap for 60 seconds again. Once the base coat were cured, I then went in with the paler, like a lilac-y purple colour. This colour didn't end up as I would have expected it to. It was a very, very pale lilac-y colour, and it was very, very transparent. I didn't quite expect it to be as transparent as what it was. So it ended up being almost like it were clear on my nail by the time I'd done it. Again, I had to scoop it out, as you can see there. I had to cut the end off of the tube because I couldn't squeeze it out at all. It must have had a big blockage in it that I couldn't get out. So I did like a slip layer first, as you can see me doing there, and then I went in and got a sort of a blob of it, a scoop of it with my brush, and then did that. So I'll let you watch me applying that one. I did find the consistency of this one a bit more like a builder in a bottle really. It were a lot softer to use than the polygels in the other tubes. I was surprised I couldn't squeeze it out at all. It must have had a right blockage in it, but yeah, I ended up being able to manipulate this a little bit like you would do when you're using a builder in a bottle. So that's how I did the application on this one. I did find as well when I took a scoop out of it and put it on there, put a little bit much on as well, to be fair, but I didn't expect the consistency to be quite as, quite as soft as it was, so I had to take a big scoop of it off. You can see here how transparent it was really. It only had that little bit of a touch of a lilac-y purple colour. So once I'd done it here, then I'd cured it in the lamp for 60 seconds. I only had to do a little bit of filing on this. So I did the filing and then moved on to do the pointy finger on that hand, and I did the same colour again on the pointy finger just to equal it up really. So I had the darker purple on the little finger and the thumb, I had the red in the middle, and then the other two fingers I had this sort of light transparent lilac on it. So once I'd completed the application of the polygel to all the fingers, I decided that the ring finger and the index finger that had the really light colour on it, to paint it a lilac. So I used Van Rieser lilac colour, as you can see on my fingers there. I just decided that transparent was just far too transparent, but I wanted to stick with the theme of it being, you know, lilac colour. So it was that Van Rieser that I used for those two fingers. So I'd applied the lilac-y purple Van Rieser colour, and the other the thumb and other two fingers, I weren't happy with the colours really. They didn't turn out how I wanted them to be. Even though they were colour changing, it just wasn't that effective at all. The middle finger, I just really didn't like it. So I decided to add some charms. Now I've not done many charms anyway throughout this process of me doing nails. I've not really done many, so I started off with this rhinestone glue that I'm showing there, and I had my charms. You can see a few of the charms there ready to go on, and I decided to do a theme for last day of summer, because today, when this video goes out, will be the 22nd of September, and according to some websites it's the last day of summer. Some other websites do say a date in October, but I'm going with this one for 22nd of September. So I decided to do butterflies and flowers, and keep to the sort of lilac-y theme coloured colours on there. So I chose these little charms, so there were flowers and butterflies and a few little pearl beads as well. So I start applying these to my nails. Again, I'm out of shot with some of it. You end up seeing the charm on the nail, but actually putting it on. But a big lesson learned through doing this video, you know, to make sure that my camera, I thought it was in position, but I just moved it that little bit further away than I thought I had. So yeah, once again, apologies about that, everybody. I also want to ask my question here as well, my little checking question. So I've decided my checking question to be, where's a desired destination you'd love to go to that you maybe haven't been to, or have been to once before and you'd love to go again? So mine would be Barbados. I've not been to Barbados. I just feel like it's just somewhere that I'd love to go to. Really hot and beautiful beaches, and that's how I feel about that. I like to chill out when I go on holiday. My fella and his two children, Denny and Fletcher, would want to go to Florida, to Disneyland, and that's a nightmare to me. If we could ever afford it, obviously I would take them, obviously. It's a bit out of our reach at the minute. It is quite expensive to go, but yeah, they'd love to do that. It'd be a dream for them to do that, and you know, hopefully, maybe one day they'll get to be able to go. Who knows? Let's see. But yeah, that would be there. So if you can send a comment, you know, put in there where you'd like to go, or where you've been that's been amazing and you'd like to go again. Just thought it'd be a bit of fun, guys. So here you see I've had me hand in the lamp, and I've put that charm on my little finger. Absolutely beautiful. I didn't half like it. I thought it was stunning. It had a little, I'm looking at it now on my hand. It's got a little pearl on it and a little white rose, and it's on a little bit of it's like a silver flower at the base of it. It's absolutely stunning. As you can see here, then I've added more charms to my nails. Again, it was out of shot, so there's no point in showing you any of that. So I've added more charms here. You can see how lovely they were looking. So I'd finished that pointy finger, so then I went and cured that for 60 seconds like I'd done with the other fingers. And once I'd done that, I then moved on to the middle finger. So I decided to put two of the butterflies. The butterflies had like little crystals in them, and that glimmered sort of different colours in the light. Really, really pretty. And I decided to put two on my middle finger, so the bottoms of them each sort of touching each other. and there ended up being a little bit of a gap in the middle, so in the middle of that, then where the two butterflies met, I put a little pearl because I'd added other pearls to my nails, so I thought I'd go with that and put a little pearl in there just to cover that little gap really and make it look nice. So I'm really happy with the end result. All of them, I'm really happy with the end result of all of them, and I've never had so many charms and things on my fingers at all. I'm looking at them now while I'm doing this voiceover. I thought I might struggle with them, you know, getting caught in everything, but I'm doing all right, really. It's going to be one of those where I don't want to take them off. But they do feel, not now, but at first I thought, my goodness, they feel heavy on your fingers when you're not used to it. It's quite weird. But yeah, they are lovely. But you can see me there, look, putting the butterflies on. You can just see me putting them on. But yeah, they were a bit fiddly getting them into place. But they do look really, really lovely. Again, I cured that for 60 seconds and then I went on to my thumb. And you'll be pleased to hear, it's probably because it was my thumb and the way that I was sat, with it being my thumb, you're able to see me putting the flowers on and the butterfly and things on there. So I will let you watch that. I'll speed it up ever so slightly because just me putting them on, I find it fiddly. I'll get used to it. It doesn't help it being me doing it left-handed, but yeah, I'll speed it up a little bit, but at least you do see me on this one. Just to add here as well, I found the rhinestone glue were quite thick, so I changed to use I wanted to get this used up, the tip glue that I'd used. You could see me using there, that's what I did the tips with, and I thought I might as well use some of that up, so that's what I used for this as well. So there we have it, the last day of summer nails with all the flowers and the charms on there with the butterflies and the pearls. I thought it looked really lovely regardless of the colours. I mean, the temperature changing polygels, I'd got them from Temu and they were only cheap, but yeah, I was happy with the end result. I got a cushion here, you can see it's like a really summery yellow cushion that I thought I'd get to try and show off the design of the nails a little bit more effectively. So I had to go at doing that, so you can see them a little bit better here. So I'm pleased I did that really at the end. So I did it with the yellow cushion, and I also did it with the grey one just to see what effect it would give on that, to see whether it would show them off a little bit more. Personally, I think they look better with the yellow cushion. I did try to fix the lighting to show how it glimmered though when I used the grey cushion, so you can see the sparkle, especially those butterflies are beautiful. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, even though that I wasn't in focus for some of it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the end result as much, and I liked it as much as I did. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. For those of you who've not yet subscribed, you know, please hit that subscribe button. For those of you who have already subscribed, thank you so much, and thank you so much for watching. And as I always say, if you can't be good, be careful. Bye.